this iteration of our Blitz sessions, how to make your listings pop. We're really going to focus in right now on our paradigm system. So before Kristen gets going, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. If you want to follow along a little bit with this session, you're more than welcome to do so by going into Town Central. And if you log into Town Central, you are on the main dashboard as you see on my screen right now. And there's a paradigm button right here, a pretty rainbow colored button. And you can click through the paradigm, and Kristen will be working within the paradigm portal today to share some of this information with you. So again, I'm in Town Central. Just log into Town Central, then you have access to Paradigm on your dashboard. Um, Without further ado, Kristen, all yours.
Thank you. Sure, I've got sound on. We're going to need it today. All right, perfect. As Ralston said, we're working in Paradigm. There it is right there on the front screen, Paradigm. I wanted to share with you a couple of things that Paradigm does before we get started, just so you understand where we're going to get to today. I've pulled up a listing on our website. So this, I pulled up a random listing. So this one happens to be with our Fox Jarvis team in Pleasure House Road in Virginia Beach. So one of the things that we did when the pandemic started, and we realized that we needed to make sure that we had a virtual showing option, some kind of virtual video option, was we went all in on Paradigm to make sure that all of the videos that were created were shared with our website, were shared with your websites, to make sure that people knew we had virtual tours and virtual showings, even if we weren't able to actually get in and do a physical virtual tour at that time. And we've kept up that program. So I'm on my website here, and if you go to your website, if you have Site Builder, you'll see the exact same thing on every listing that we have through the company on the pages. They will just be branded to you on your own website, not to the Fox Jarvis team, but because we're on the Berkshire Hathaway corporate page, it's obviously branded to our listing agents. If we go down here, we added this button called virtual showing. I'm just going to go ahead and click that, and you'll see that this pop-up comes up. And this is a video that was created automatically for the Fox Jarvis team based on the pictures that came in from the MLS and the public remarks that were in the MLS, and then any additional settings that they already had on their account. Sometimes when I do this randomly, I don't always get something with an extra feature, but I do. In this case, they have actually installed the chat button that's available to everybody. So if I were to look at this virtual showing and I went ahead.
Potential. Amazing location.
So, and I clicked on this, it's going to give me the text that it has. We're going to go through all the photos. There's some branding on here. But if I click this little chat box, it's going to ask me to start a chat. I'm going to put my name and I'm going to put my phone number in here and start chat. And it's a chat feature that's built into Paradigm. So it's kind of an extra add-on that you have here. So I wanted everybody to be aware that this is what happens on the websites. The other thing that this does is when it creates that video, it's uploading it to our YouTube page for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty, our corporate page. And if you have it set up, it can also upload that video automatically to your own YouTube page. So Paradigm is a wonderful company as far as onboarding is concerned. When you log into Paradigm, you have the ability to sync to your different social medias. Now, not every social media is going to let us put videos on your different pages. For example, Instagram doesn't allow a third-party system right now to post on their behalf. But we can post to things like YouTube. We can even post to things like Facebook, and it can be done automatically. So what it does is Paradigm gets in the listing. In fact, I've seen listings from today already in the system. It's going to create a 30-second to 1-minute video, depending on how much text there is, depending on the number of photos. Most of them are probably more toward the 30-second range. And it's going to combine those automatically and then push it out. So it's going to send it out to your social media if you have it connected to your Facebook business page. It's going to send it to your YouTube channel. It's going to send it to our YouTube channel. And then it's also going to tell our website, plus all of the other Site Builder websites, to create this virtual showing button that we have here. So we have two options with these virtual showings. We have branded and non-branded. Just so you know that when the system makes this, it actually can make both types. So you can also use this video if you'd like to in the MLS. I don't have a copy of it right now, but I am in Paradigm. But you will get what we call the new tour email. As soon as an email is, or as soon as a tour is created, you are actually going to get an email from the system, and it's going to say, hey, we created a new tour for you. Here it is. And here's all of your links. And it's going to include the link to any social media that it's posted to. It's going to include the link to the tour. It's going to include the link. It's going to include the branded and unbranded links. So you are welcome to use those as you see fit for whatever projects you have. But we know that we can also make all of these videos better. You do have a way to upgrade them. You do have a way to change them. So I wanted to go through that today to make sure that you're getting the most from the Paradigm system as far as your listing videos are concerned. So I am logged in to Paradigm. Again, I just clicked that button right there, and it's going to take you directly into your account. If for whatever reason you get an error that you can't sign in, we do have a single sign-on with them. It doesn't require a username or password, but it is dependent on an email address. And if you have gone into your profile in Town Central and you might have changed your email address, and we didn't know about it, it will break the SSO connection to Paradigm. But the nice thing is we get notified if you have a problem logging in, and we will go in and figure out why it's an issue. It's usually an email address that's been changed, and we'll make that connection, and then you'll get an email from us that says, hey, we realized that you had trouble logging into Paradigm, just so you know we fixed it. So just so you know, we do get notified on that, and we do fix them as soon as we get those emails in. All right, so I'm logged in Paradigm, and I've just picked up a tour. I believe this house was actually listed today or yesterday, so this is a nice fresh listing. And I want you to see what this looks like just automatically coming off the system. So I'm going to click this tour video here. This is what would be uploaded to YouTube, and this is what would be posted.
This Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty property video is presented by Dana Gustafson. Beautifully manicured neighborhood. This townhome offers an open floor plan great for entertaining. First floor primary bedroom, large bath, and walk-in closet. Nice kitchen with stainless steel appliances. Nice size second and third bedrooms. Spacious walk-in storage. Convenient to bases, shopping, town center, and beaches. A sweet neighborhood pool and clubhouse. Come soon. Many amenities are included in the HOA fee. For more information, review the details below.
Okay, so that is a 1-minute video on here, and I wanted you to see that. This isn't bad at all, but it could be a little bit better. I will say, since I have done this class, and it's been about, oh gosh, it's been about 8 months since I've done this class. Everybody has taken my advice. If you'll notice in there that there weren't some strange pauses, there weren't some strange words there. There wasn't something the system couldn't figure out, except we're at the very end, and we're going to go ahead and fix that. One of the things that I cautioned is all of these systems are now taking public remarks and they're turning them into things like this. We're not the only ones who do it. Also, people are using reader software on iPads on their desktops so that they can just be read information on a screen. And while most artificial intelligence, AI, can figure that out, they can't always figure out some of our abbreviations. When I was actually looking for a listing to use today, I had to go through about 30 listings before I found one with an acronym or whatever in it, because everybody has taken my advice and is starting to spell things out. So instead of using W/ for with, or using frogs, or using whatever, you're actually starting to spell things out in the public remarks. Not only does it make it easier for Google to pick up actual words in a listing, which is becoming more and more important, but things like this that use artificial intelligence to actually speak for you, whether it's our software or anybody else's software, it sounds a lot better, and it sounds actually more intelligent and more human. So thank you so much for heeding that advice. It's been great, and I couldn't believe it took me that long to find one to change. But I did want you to notice that there were a couple things in here that we can do to make this listing even better. So as you noticed when we went through and it was talking, that some of the things may have seemed out of place. So it talked about what a nice house it was. It talked about the master bedroom and the master bath. And then it talked about the community amenities. It was talking about things, but it seemed really out of order. And there were a lot of different photos from several rooms that were kind of right in a row. So that's okay. And it works for the MLS. It works for our search engines. It works for everything else. It's just we can make this a little bit better and make it a little bit more organized. You'll also notice at the end of that video, it said HOA. It didn't know what to read with Homeowners Association. So we can go ahead and change that so that it actually sounds better when this video comes out. If we make any changes to this video, we can actually re-release this video to YouTube and overwrite it, and we can overwrite the one that's going up into Facebook or whatever social media it's going to. So as soon as it's in here, as soon as you receive that email, take a look, and if it's not what you're looking for, if you want to make some changes to it, pop on over to your Paradigm system and you can make these changes in just a couple of minutes. So I wanted you to see what this looked like. We have a couple of options here. So part of these are the things like the details, the amenities. We're not going to worry about listing sync. That's actually whether it syncs or not with the MLS. We can add scenes. So maybe in this video, we have another photo that didn't go into the MLS, or we have something that might explain something a little bit better, but we didn't use it necessarily in the MLS the first time. Maybe you've changed your photos. You've put them into the MLS and you want to update a couple of photos in here as well. Maybe you've taken a video. Maybe it has a great, really cool feature. I saw one the other day that was really neat. It had a pool, and the pool had these like really cool bubbly fountains going into it that looked fabulous in the landscaping. And an agent had taken a video of what that looks like. I mean, you can see it in the photo and you can see that there is, you can see there's a pool there, but to be able to see what this really cool architectural landscaping feature looked like, even in just a quick 10-second video snippet, we can add that into this tour so that you actually see static pictures, it's going to flow through, and then it might show that little 10-second video of something that might be important to point out. You can also rearrange all these photos, and we're actually going to do that today so that we move maybe some of these bathroom photos down and we move some of these other photos up. You can change your auto voice narration. So if you didn't like the voice that's in there, we actually have a bunch of other ones that you can choose from. Some of them are better than others depending on what your remarks actually say. So we always encourage people to try a couple of different ones. You can also change your music. The default is sent to this thing called Fantastic Voyage. It's a different Fantastic Voyage than the actual song Fantastic Voyage. But I've seen it where somebody took like an oceanfront condo and put ocean sounds behind it. We actually have things like that. We actually have sounds behind it, and we also have other music. So you can choose something that fits your personality, the home's personality, whatever it is, you can change the music. You can also change the skin that comes up when people view this as a full feature tour, so that when we add actual text and things like that to it, you can change those. And then we have the ability for you to get the different marketings back again. So for example, if you've changed this and you've lost your tour email, you can always have that email sent to you again. If you wanted to download this video to use it somewhere else, maybe you want to download this video and you want to upload it into Resource Center so you can send it out as an e-card instead. You can hit download media, and it's going to allow you to download either all the pictures, or it's going to allow you to download that video. Whatever you need, it's going to allow you to do that. So these are all the different ways that we can change this listing. So I'm going to get into how we can just make some of these changes real quick. And then I can go ahead and take some questions from you. So let's take a look at that auto narration first. I think the first thing we should fix is probably probably that HOA at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and click this auto voice narration. And here's what it's telling us here. What do you want to narrate? Do you want to narrate the whole tour, which is what we just watched? It's just going to cycle through photos and just going to overlay this text right on top of it, no matter what the photo is. It's just going to run through the text. But we also have the ability to narrate individual scenes. So for example, if you wanted to use maybe 10 different photos, 10 highlight photos for this video, and you actually wanted to talk about each individual scene, so each individual photo or video, if you happen to add one of those, into there. You can actually change this so that you can put it, you can put the text over top of an individual photo, and when it switches to the next photo, it's going to read the text and switch, you know, so on and so forth. And then it's going to ask us which voice do we want to use. So this one happens to be defaulted to female Sally. That's what we just heard.
Beautifully manicured neighborhood.
It's not bad. But you do have other options. So if you wanted to use a male voice instead of a female voice, a bunch of our male agents actually switch them to male voices. Just to match their marketing. If you wanted to, you can do that. If you want to get fancy, you go for the UK accent. You can do whatever you'd like to in here, but try it with different voices. I'm a fan of Matthew the newscaster.
Beautifully manicured neighborhood. This townhome offers an open floor plan great for entertaining. First floor primary bedroom, large bath, and walk-in closet.
You can change it to whatever you'd like.
Beautifully manicured neighborhood.
So some of them, again, are better than others depending on the words that you're using. So go ahead and try the different voices if you'd like. There's a couple of things that we can do to make this text just a little bit better, just to make it sound a little more human. So let's start with beautifully manicured neighborhood. If we don't want that voice inflection that goes up at the end, because the system actually is artificial intelligence, it is going to recognize that exclamation point. We can take that out. Maybe we want it a little bit flatter without that inflection. So beautifully manicured neighborhood. This townhome offers an open floor plan, great for entertaining. Great. First floor primary bedroom. And instead of saying large bath and walk-in closet, which isn't how we would normally talk to somebody, maybe we say first floor primary bedroom with a large bath and walk-in closet. We'll just take that comma out. Don't forget, this is artificial intelligence. So if you're looking at things where it's going to take a dramatic pause, it's going to take that pause at that comma. You might want to go ahead and take those out. Nice kitchen with stainless steel appliances, nice sized second and third bedrooms. This is all fine so far. Spacious walk-in storage, convenient to bases, shopping, town center, and beaches. And again, if we don't want to have that, I know I am a fan of the Oxford comma, fair warning, but I'm going to take it out in this case because I don't want them to take that dramatic pause after town center and beaches. A sweet neighborhood pool and clubhouse. I'm going to take out come soon just because it's got a lot of inflection in here. And many amenities are included in the HOA fee. Remember, it didn't know how to read HOA, so I'm going to put homeowners association in here. Okay. So once we've made these changes, we can actually see what it sounds like. So I'm going to change him back to, let's try a different sound. Let's try Brian with the UK accent. I actually haven't tried this one, so.
Beautifully manicured neighborhood. This townhome offers an open floor plan great for entertaining. First floor primary bedroom with a large bath and walk-in closet. Nice kitchen with stainless steel appliances. Nice sized second and third bedrooms. Spacious walk-in storage. Convenient to bases, shopping, town center and beaches. A sweet neighborhood pool and clubhouse. Many amenities are included in the Homeowners Association fee.
Okay, so it fixed Homeowners Association fee, took out some of the dramatic pauses. Amenities is kind of weird, so let's go with, I'm just going to go back to our female Sally, who's our default on here. And that way we fix that amenities on here as well. But you can notice I just changed a couple of things. Took out that voice inflection by putting in that period, took out some dramatic pauses by taking out some commas. Just made it sound a little more human with the way we would talk to people. Added a couple, just added a with, took out some ands, took out some commas, and then just double check to make sure that whatever we wanted it to say, it actually said. So Homeowners Association obviously sounds a lot better than HOA. So I think this is perfect. And as soon as you're done making any changes, go ahead and hit save. It's going to save that voice narration. It's going to take just a second. And it's going to let us know when it's finished. I'm going to go back to auto voice narration just real quick because I wanted to show you the other option that you have. So we adjusted the tour as a whole. So I'm going to go ahead and hit scenes. And notice that it says the text to be narrated. We can actually split this text up if we wanted to. So if we wanted to say beautifully manicured neighborhood and just leave it at that, maybe we want to move some of this other text down. So something about, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. beautifully manicured neighborhood. I'm going to save that because I did make a change to that box. You know, this townhome offers an open floor plan. And then hit save. Maybe we don't want to narrate the bathroom scenes. We know we're going to go ahead and take those out. Maybe we want to get down here and say something like, well, landscape fenced yard. And maybe we put in here neighborhood. Nice neighborhood pool and clubhouse. I changed that block. I'm going to hit save. And so on and so forth. And you can make those changes. Now, when we recreate this video again, it is going to show this particular photo and say beautifully manicured neighborhood. It'll flow to this photo and say this townhome offers an open floor plan. Maybe we want to skip these photos, or maybe we're going to rearrange them when I show you how to rearrange those. And we talk about that bathroom separately. Instead of having it go into beautiful open floor plans, talking about the kitchen with stainless steel appliances, but instead you actually see these bathroom photos, which didn't make as much sense in there. So you can do this block by block if you want to. This is a little more work. If you have a house that has a lot of different things with it, I typically suggest you use this if there's been a lot of upgrades, if there's been a lot of renovations, if you really need to explain something about the house, this is a great option, especially if it has a lot of features to it. For the most part, though, I would say that just using the regular tour and then adjusting photos is probably your best bet when you're doing this. But I did want to show you that you do have the scene option available to you. I'm going to stay on this tour section just for today because I don't want to make too many changes to this agent's tour. So I'm going to go ahead and stay here. Just going to hit save just to make sure it saved the changes that I had. All right. Once you've done that, you can actually go ahead and you can also change the music if you want to. It's set to this kind of generic, easy listening kind of thing. But you can change it to fit your personality. You can change it to fit the personality of the home. You can change it to just something different if you wanted to. There's lots and lots and lots of different options in here. I like some of these jazz ones. New Age is kind of that airy kind of feel that you hear often. I know a bunch of people are big into the piano. Remember I said that we had the ability to also do sounds. So imagine if you had kind of an oceanfront condo and you might want to do something like ocean waves. This is what it would sound like behind your entire video. And there's a couple of different options there. I don't know if I want to listen to seagulls for a whole minute, but it's seagulls and waves. So you do have options to have actually sounds behind it as well. I will tell you, you do have the ability to import sounds, but let me put a disclaimer on here. You've heard me say it before in different classes that if you upload photos that do not belong to you, that you have not paid for, that you do not have the rights for, not only do we get nasty grams, but so do you. And those nasty grams are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. This goes the same for sounds as well. So if you wanted to import something and then upload a sound and that sound went to YouTube, not only could somebody actually say, please stop using our stuff, they could take action against us, but the worst thing is it'll probably get deleted from YouTube or it'll be muted, one or the other. And obviously it doesn't work out really well that way. So if you're going to import sounds, please don't, unless you've actually created that sound for yourself. For whatever reason, or you've purchased the rights to some sounds. There are companies out there that sell background music. If you want something completely different that's not in the system and you want to use it for your own stuff, there are companies out there that sell that kind of background music. So that would be there, but you would actually own the rights to that. But I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Let me put this back to an easy listening one real quick. Ooh, not that. That sounds good. And that way it'll just give it a little bit of a change. All right, so we've changed the narration and we've just updated it. We've updated the music if we want to. And I think let's go ahead and rearrange some of these photos in here just to match the narration. a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that rearrange button. By the way, a scene is just a fancy word for a photo or a video. Each one of these individual photos is considered a scene. That's just their language for it. All right, so this came in just like it came into the MLS. So we're talking about, we're talking about the neighborhood, then we're talking about the house, we're talking about the stainless steel appliances, then we talk about the HOA. So let's talk about it. So let's move things just to match the narration, or we can match the narration to the photos, one or the other. We talk about the beautifully manicured neighborhood first. We talk about the fact that it's a townhome. Then we talk about the fact that it's got a great open floor plan. Then I believe that this actually talks about the kitchen with new stainless steel appliances. So let me move one of those up there. Let's see what else we have here. I'm actually going to put another one on the open floor plan. Look at this photo. That's a great long shot here. Hopefully that's not the bedroom, but if it is, I will adjust it. So open floor plan, stainless steel appliances. Then we talk about a nice big master bedroom. So let me move this one here. That we talk about, it has a bathroom. So let's put this one here. And then, actually, that's not going to be that bedroom, is it? Let's put the tub in there. Shower, tub, walk-in closet. And then it talks about the second and third bedrooms. So let's go here. I bet you that's the third bedroom. And I bet you that's the master. I'm going to take an educated guess and then I'm going to go look in the MLS to make sure I got this right. All right. So the rest of these photos are kind of superfluous right now. They're extra things. And then it talks about the HOA. So let's put that pool photo here. And then we'll let the rest of these photos go. Let's just put a couple in here just to make sure it's not kind of bathroom and laundry and that kind of thing. We'll kind of do this. And that should fill that out without a problem with the narration. So this is going to match it a little bit better. So that narration comes in. This is a great manicured neighborhood. It's a townhouse. It has an open floor plan. There's a kitchen with new stainless steel appliances. It has a master bedroom with a great bath and a walk-in closet. It has second and third bedrooms, and it's got a neighborhood pool and a bunch of things that are included in the HOA fee. And here are some extra photos of the houses. I think this is going to look great. Again, I'm going to go back and make sure this is right when I go back to the MLS. But for right now, let's go ahead and save this. So all I've done is just picked it up, dragged, dropped, and moved it around. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Now you'll notice that the scenes have changed here. All right. And this has re-updated. I'm not going to be able to show you the new tour because it's going to have to create that new tour. But if you wanted to resend the new tour email, remember I said you could send that email to yourself right here. And if I click that button, it's actually going to send an email to the agent and let them know that here is their new tour, here's your new links, and here is the information. You can also download your media. So if you wanted to download this particular video, and then all the files, this one is set to download all the files, you can do that as well. If you needed a link to this to share on social media or wherever you wanted to do it, you could actually share this directly onto social. So whatever you wanted to share it to. So if I wanted to share this, for example, to YouTube, I'm going to ask it to repost it. It hasn't recreated this yet. I just want to double check to make sure everything is okay here, but you can ask it to repost. If you wanted to post it to Facebook, again, just click that Facebook button. It's asking if I want to go ahead and share this on my page, and I can go ahead and share this on my page. Of course, I can always switch this to my business page as well. But notice that it's actually going to give a link right to the tour, link, and have the address on it as well. So you can go ahead and post that to Facebook. So this video will recreate itself with the new auto narration and the new scenes. And again, you as an agent will get that email when it's ready, and then you can go ahead, it'll replace everything that's already up, and then you can go ahead and reshare that if you'd like. It's a great way to just make things sound a little more human, look a little bit better, really highlight the features of the home. especially if you have a lot of photos and you need to move things like I just did. If I wanted to highlight the neighborhood, the home, a couple of really distinct features or distinct rooms, and then maybe some amenities, and then move the rest of the photos down to the end. So it really hit the highlights of the house and the neighborhood. I really encourage you to go in and make those changes and make these tours the best they can be, just because we have really wide distribution on them. If you saw my video that we put out about the market stats and updates, those tour views on the Paradigm videos are huge. It's in a low market, it's obviously a little bit less, but we often see 20,000 views on these tours, and that's between agent websites, our website, YouTube, and things like that. So they definitely are being viewed. And there is some lead generation on each of those videos as well for you. You'll notice the chat feature that somebody had. You're also able to, somebody is able to actually email you off some of these, the tour videos that are created. So we do encourage you to try to make them look as good as possible, because we use them, you use them, the websites use them, and they're a great product and a great feature to really get the home out there quickly. So I will take any questions you have.
I guess the first question I would have is, can I use my own voice on these videos?
If you wanted to use your own voice, you would actually upload it as music. So if you actually wanted to record yourself, you would actually record it as the music and then import it as music. Mm-hmm.
And just keeping in mind the timing.
Yes, very much so. And it is amazing how fast 30 seconds goes by, and it's amazing how fast a minute goes by when you're actually talking about a house. So.
Agreed. Kristen, there are some folks that are trying to get into their Paradigm accounts, and they don't have any listings, so it didn't auto-enable. Can you just give a quick update on that and how that's handled?
So they can't get into Paradigm at all, or there's no listings?
Both.
Okay. If you can't get into Paradigm at all, I am assuming that the web support box just got a bunch of emails, and we'll go ahead and take care of that. So it's normally the Paradigm is what we call listing sync. You'll actually see it up here at the top called listing sync. And it means that we are able to make that connection based on the fact that you have listings. If you don't, we have to do a manual connection for it. And we can go ahead and do that manual connection for you. So if you've tried to log in and it's generated an error, as soon as we're done here, we'll go ahead and get that connection up and running for you.
All right.
Kristen,
and
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that me? Did you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kristen, do you hear me? Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
I was just wondering regarding not having a current listing, can I use an old listing just to at least have, that up onto a YouTube?
Sure. So the nice thing about Paradigm, we talked about making your listings pop today, but Paradigm can also be used to create your own videos. If you happen to be in my last class when I talked about using video more and more, Paradigm can help you create that. So you would start with a blank tour. It's going to give you all the same options here, except your auto narration will be whatever you want it to say, and you can upload photos if you'd like to. So we have agents who use this to create neighborhood tours. Maybe you want to create a video and stick it on an SEO page that you might have built for your website. So a landing page about a particular community. Maybe you want to showcase a little video of what a walking tour might look like, or some typical houses, some HOA amenities. Even the monument on the front of the community, whatever it is, and you want to put some auto narration about the community, just some generic information, you can create that. It can go up to YouTube. If you want to have a video created and all the scenes are all your different happy clients and solds, go for it. If you can use this really for whatever you want to. You would just go ahead and create a blank tour instead of adjusting your own, and anybody can do that at any time.